everyone, and welcome back to another video. If you are new here, please subscribe below, and if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Now today I wanted to talk about gold leaf. Now I absolutely love this stuff and I think it looks super classy. It's really thin if you've not used it before, and it's called gold leaf or gold foil. I think it's called gold leaf. So we're going to be doing a set with that today, and I'm going to show you how to apply it because it's not the easiest of things to do. So we're going to be using this colour. I think this looks lovely. It's so classy, this colour with the gold leaf together. This is by Lavender Violets. Now Lavender Violets are super pigmented, and this one is D106 if you wanted to get it, and I'll pop a link down below. I'm also going to be using this gold by Miley, yes, what's it called? Oh, Miley Fields of Gold. So again, I'll pop the link down below. I have got a matte top coat from Beetles that I'll be using, and a normal basic no wipe clear gloss top coat. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to be doing just the gold leaf. So this is super pigmented, like I said, so we just need to make sure we're doing a nice thin coat. We need 2 coats, obviously, so I'm going to pop that in the lamp, and I'll do the other ones while we're waiting for that to cure. And then I need another one, and I want this one to be just matte. So again, I'm going to go in with another one, full colour of this. Isn't it just a really gorgeous colour? So rich and classy. I love it. And then I also want another one with a matte base, but this one's going to have a design on it, even though it's going to be a matte base. So unfortunately, you're watching me paint another one. Make sure that's all nicely covered. Pop it in the lamp for 60. Now this one, I'm going to do like a French. So I'm going to need my palette. And I'm going to need a little detailer brush. It's just a little, nothing special. You can pick them up pretty cheap from Amazon. I think that's where this one was from. So I'm going to create a smile line halfway down the nail. Make sure that I'm in view here so that you guys can see what I'm doing. So I'm just doing a rough outline for my French here, and then I'm going to finish it off with my detailer brush. So make sure that the whole of your brush is covered, and then if you find your middle by eye and mark it out, which is about there, and then you can start to create your French smile. Make sure you're anchoring your hand when you do this, whether it's on your client's finger or on your own finger like I'm doing here. And then you can fill in the gaps once you're happy. Sorry if there's about to be a really loud noise. I can hear a helicopter or similar up above. So there, let me just come in a little bit more on this edge. Okay, so there's our smile line. I think actually, just going to come out a little bit more on this one, on this side. There we go. And then we're going to pop that on the lamp to cure. 60 seconds. And then I can pop out one of my other nails while that's curing. Let's just move that to one side because I don't need that at the moment. Normally you'd need to do 2 coats, but this Lavender Violets one is quite pigmented, so I'm not going to do it for this video. But if you're doing it on a client, you should, because there's not much comes off when you wipe it. So it's quite good. Sometimes the really pigmented ones, when you start to wipe them with the isopropyl alcohol, a lot of this pigment comes off and then you do have to do a second coat anyway. But I do find with this particular colour from Lavender Violets, and a lot of their colours actually, they're quite consistent. So, right, gold leaf. Now, what I like to do with this is carefully get my tweezers. So I use these kind of tweezers, and I just like to get some of this out, like so. Pop it in here and literally just kind of like pull it apart and make little tiny bits. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing and my hand isn't in the way. Now I'm just going to get a little bit more just in case, because you don't want to watch me doing this twice. There we go. Make sure you get all the little bits off your tweezers because you're going to want those, probably. Get off. Right. Now, let's just get this little brush that I used earlier, because I'm going to use that to apply my gold leaf, I think. So, take a little bit of a non-wipe top coat and just coat the nail. Now, the reason that I'm not doing it just in the area that I want to put the gold leaf, because I'm only going to put the gold leaf down one side, and the reason I'm not going to just put top coat on one side is because I want to make sure that the nail stays nice and even. So make sure that you've got a nice, very, very thin layer, because we don't want to make this thick, because we've still got to go back in with another thick layer of top coat just to encapsulate it slightly. So we're not going to be encapsulating it properly like you would with a builder gel or anything like that. We are going to encapsulate it with that. So you get a little bit of this gold leaf, pick up the bits that you want and pop it on the nail, wherever you want it. And I just think, I mean, because this doesn't even have to be perfect, it's just stunning. Look at it. And it's so easy to pick up. It's like as light as a feather. It really is. So you can put in as much or as little as you want. And then we've got these little tiny bits you can just fill in. And because it's so light, it will lay flat, or it should lay flat. And then you can just come in with a load of tiny bits and fill in the gaps, wherever you think looks cute. Some of these bits are too big though still. I don't want those bits. Let's pick up this one here. Teeny tiny bits. See? How gorgeous is that? Now there are some bits sticking up, as you can see, so you do kind of have to just make sure that you push them down, because it will go down if you push it. You can use anything really, I'm just using the end of this just because it's to hand. Now the reason I'm pushing it down like this is because obviously I'm going to put a top coat on, but because I'm not encapsulating with proper builder gel, I don't want to have lots of bits sticking out, because my top coat doesn't want to be that thick, because if it is that thick, then, well, it's all going to stick out, isn't it? So once you're happy with that, which, let's just look at these edges here, pop these down, which I'm pretty happy with, I think, and we'll pop that into cure for 60 seconds. Now I'm going to do the French one next. my lamp decides to work, which is this one. But I do think I'm going to need to go in actually with another coat here, because it's just a little bit. I don't need to go in lots, but I can still see the white tack underneath that's holding on my tip to this thing here. So I am going to cure that one again. Let's pop that in. So now one of these needs to be matte. Oh no, these other two need to be matte actually, don't they? So make sure you wipe off the inhibition layer with some isopropyl alcohol, especially when you're doing matte. Let's make sure that's on there properly. Right. Where's my matte? There it is. So make sure you get good coverage on this, because otherwise the shiny bits will seep through. You want a generous amount, but obviously not too much, because matte top coat can be a bit thicker. And then when you're happy, pop it in the lamp for 60 seconds. And then I'm going to do the other one matte as I've got the matte top coat out, because we've got two that need to be matte, haven't we? So let's pop that one in as well. Making sure that that's all nice and dry. Not going to fall off. So again, making sure we cover all the edges. Nice, generous-ish layer. And when you're happy, pop it in the lamp. Okay, so now I've got my little French one here. So this is going to be like a see-through type one. Let's push that down there. Make sure we get rid of those fuzzies. So at this time, I'm going to take my no white top coat and put it on the bottom half. You can even put it, this is why this French doesn't need to be perfect, because I'm going to put some around the edge. So I just want a little bit. Now I'm not going to fill in the whole of the negative space, I just want some negative space. Actually, I think I need some more gold leaf, or at least it's really easy to break up, but it is fiddly as well, especially if you want smaller pieces. Right, sorry if that woke everybody up. So we're just going to pick up some pieces and just place them on. It's a bit big for that area there. Let's just pop that there. And we can manoeuvre it however we want then, can't we? Like that. Pop that piece up there, I think. So you see, it doesn't need to be perfect. And then we're just going to pop some chunks. In here. Like that. I don't want a piece that big. I've got some tiny pieces in here that I want, but not that one, it's too big. Let me just pop them in. Let's see if I've got any smaller bits in here, if they're all big. That bit will do for just there. And then, I don't know if I can probably flatten it down with my finger actually. just as well as I can with the brush end. Oh, sorry, I was out of shot there, wasn't I? All I was doing was patting it down anyway. I just want another little piece there in that middle bit. Or maybe a little bit more. Because, like I say, I do want some negative space, but not too much. There you go. And then pop that into cure. So that's that one cured. And I've got my 2 mats here. So I'll pop that there for now. I've got a mat here. Now what I'm going to do with this mat is, let's just move this gold leaf out of the way a little bit. I just want a little swoosh of this colour here, this gold one. Now again, you know, this is art. Nothing needs to be perfect. Just take a nice, generous layer of this on your detailer brush. And we're just going to create some random swooshes. It doesn't need, it's not a marble, it's just swooshes. Kind of, you know, just to match in with the other nails really. Let's get some more in there. And stop when you're happy and cure. And that's against the mat. I think that's quite good. See, it's super simple. Put that in for 60 seconds. We've got our other matte one here, so that's fine. What we do need to do though is we do need to top coat this here now. Let's just give that a wipe with some isopropyl alcohol before we do. Now it has got some rough sides, so you could give them a slight buff with a 180 on the edges, just to get rid of any rough bits if you wanted. And then we're going to go over with our top coat. Now I am going to put a generous layer of top coat on because I want to make sure that I'm kind of encapsulating those gold leaf pieces. So I kind of float it on the side here. Make sure that it's, I suppose it's kind of encapsulating, but with a top coat. Obviously top coat's a lot thinner than Builder Gel, so it will run if you're not careful, if you put too much on. Let's have a look. See, that looks okay, doesn't it? It's not so bad. So I'm just going to hold that upside down just for a few seconds. And then I'm happy with that, so I'm going to pop it in the lamp. And there's our other matte one that's just come out, so that's kind of cute. And then I have got this one here, so now that that's cured, I'm going to give it a wipe. And then again, if there's any edges that need to be filed, don't think there is actually, because I didn't really go to the edges apart from that little bit there. So as you can see, it's quite flat, really. So a little bit of top coat and that should be fine. There's a piece there sticking up. I say a little bit. I'm going to do the same again. Make sure that you put a generous layer on. So I'm just going to get that bit there. And then when we come down here with the gold leaf and the negative spaces, I'm going to take a generous layer of top coat and float it on. Make sure we're getting all of those nooks and crannies all around the edges. Make sure it's all nice and even. I can take a little bit more actually up here, I think. And then bits in it. Okay, so And again, just checking the edges, making sure that it's all okay. Turning it upside down to help gravity. Let's do it this way so you can actually see without my hand being in the way. And then when you're happy with it and you've looked down the barrel of the nail, you can pop it into cure. So I'm just waiting for my other one. And there it is. And there we have our gorgeous gold leaf design nails. So guys, if there are any techniques that you would like to see in future videos, please comment down below and I will do my best to cover them for you. And once again, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give me a thumbs up if you did, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.